All right, fellas, thanks for agreeing to do this. Let's have a nice, clean conversation about our favorite Metroid games. I think a good starting point would be the Prime series. I'll go ahead and put Prime 1 up there as our first S tier.
I knew this was going to be some normie list the second I got here. Prime 2 is the superior first-person Metroid experience. It has better world design, tremendous boss fights, and they're some of the best in the series, actually, and the return of iconic upgrades like the screw attack.
You're so full of shit, Donald. You're forgetting how shitty the screw attack controlled in Echoes.
That's a skill issue,
They were right
Sleepy
to take
Joe.
that mid shit out of Prime 1.
It's not Retro's fault you can't figure out what's basically an extension of the
And
space
the Dark
jump
World
moves.
is one of the most overrated features in the whole damn franchise. Oh, wow, I get to watch 600 loading screens to go to a palette-swapped map that damages me until I get the Varia suit. Oh, sorry, I meant the Dark suit. No, wait. That damn cancer world still sucks your life harder than Melania sucked my wrinkly balls last night until you get the fucking light suit at the end of the game.
Joe.
Now, gentlemen, I don't think we need to get too heated over this. Prime 1 is a beloved game, very important to the Metroid community. But I think we can all agree that this one has shown its age just a bit. I'm comfortable dropping it into A to keep things moving.
I think it's fucking ridiculous. Prime 1 isn't in S, but whatever. If it shuts Donald up, then I'll let it slide.
It's where it belongs, Joe. It's a great game, but it doesn't deserve S tier. That's only for real winners like me.
Moving on to the next game in the trilogy, we have Metroid Prime 2, Echoes. Now let me be clear. I do have to agree with Donald that this is the superior Prime game. I love the Dark World aesthetic. The story is much more front and center. And not to mention, Dark Samus is an incredibly effective antagonist. I think we have a strong case for S tier.
Just put it in S tier, Barry. Don't let this sleepy
If Prime 1
fuck
is getting
get
A tier, then Prime 2 getting S is just a load of fucking malarkey.
The Boost Guardian.
Shut the hell up, Donald. You're full of shit. Of course I've beaten the Boost Guardian, you dumb motherfucker. I've cleared more hyper mode randomizers than regular playthroughs.
Sleepy Joe couldn't stay awake to learn the deep lore of the Luminoth.
Oh, shut the hell up about the damn Luminoth. Fucking copy-paste of the Chozo, just a bunch of stupid fucking bugs instead of birds. Dark Samus is sick as hell, I'll give you that. But you better hope those fee-ass looking beams get overhauled in a remaster. Shit has nothing on the ice beam, plasma beam. Hell, even the wave beam was cooler than that scuffed-ass dark beam.
And the Wave Buster is still trash in your remaster,
all right, gentlemen, settle down.
Head.
Joe, I'm sorry, but the vote is 2-1 in favor of Prime 2 getting S tier. Now, you made some good points about the Luminoth, but you lost me when you started talking about beams. The beam combos alone clear anything Prime 1 has to offer. I'm putting it in S tier, and that's the final word. Now, up next is Prime 3. I'll just slide this one comfortably into the A tier.
Hold the fucking phone, Barry. Have you lost your damn mind? Prime 3 is one of the most mid games in the entire Metroid catalog.
Damn right.
A complete disaster, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
We knew it back in 2007, but we all forgave it for bringing Prime 1 and 2 to the Wii.
Finally, Donald's empty fucking head comes up with something that actually makes some damn sense. Prime 3 is a goddamn disgrace to the whole trilogy. I honestly wish they'd never bundled Prime 1 and 2 with this piece of shit, because playing those two classics back-to-back before this half-assed garbage just makes the experience even more painful. Hell, this game barely even feels like a Metroid game. The first thing you do when you come across a blocked door is to fuck off to some random planet and go 2 rooms further for the next upgrade. No sense of exploration, Jack. What the hell am I even playing this for?
You only like Prime 3 because you can call in drone strikes, Barry? Such a mid-mechanic, so very mid.
Now, gentlemen, I know the exploration leaves a lot to be desired.
No progression. There's no cohesion.
I and many of my fellow Metroid fans are with you on that.
The motion controls are a gimmick.
But Prime 3 tells an excellent story about Samus falling victim to the Phazon corruption
storyline,
as well as introducing several new interesting characters like the fan favorite Rundus.
Nobody cares about the other bounty hunters, Barry. Just like nobody cared about Obamacare, they're a rush job, absolutely horrible. People only pretend to like Rundus because he reminds them of Frozone from The Incredibles. He's not a good character, Barry. And I think me and Joe have something in common after all. Because every world in this game makes me as sleepy as he is all the time. And many people will tell you they're all saying it. There's only one good world, and it's Skytown Alicia. And that's not saying much.
Look, Barry, I love you, brother. You're my day one and all, but I think you better drop this garbage in the C tier before you embarrass yourself any further.
If this was my list, I'd be dropping that shit into the D tier, but whatever. If it helps Obama sleep as well as Joe tonight, I'm okay with C.
I think you guys are overlooking some great things about Prime 3, but I can tell when I'm outnumbered. I'll put it in C, even though I think it deserves higher. Sticking with the 3D titles, are we putting other M in the D tier, or should I add
Don't
something
even put
lower?
that shit on the list, Barry. Fucking disgraceful
Oh
entry,
boy,
an absolute
another Metroid
atrocity.
game with cutscenes Sleepy Joe can't stay
I can
awake
stay
from.
awake, Donald. I trudged through those fucking Dark Temple keys in your beloved Prime 2,
I fucking
didn't I?
told you this was going to be a normie list. Everyone likes to shit on Metroid Other M's story, completely ignoring that Samus's actions and dialogue reflect the canon established in Metroid Fusion. Oh, I bet you love Fusion, though,
Fusion
don't
is
you,
a great
Joe?
entry. Don't
Besides
even argue that, Jack. That's
this
a cold
game has
take.
fucking sick action combat and some great boss fights. I'm not saying it's on Prime's level, but this game's like my steaks. Once you actually try it, you realize it's not so bad.
Look, Donald, you're the one that was sucking off the basic-ass story of Prime 2. Now you're going to turn around and tell me to ignore that fucking catastrophe that is Other M's plot? Fucking Samus walking around in a furnace without the Varia suit because Daddy Adam didn't tell her how to dress that morning. Fucking embarrassing regression from a beloved character, made even more disgraceful considering Samus's status as an excellently written, badass female MC.
That's woke thinking, Joe. It doesn't
And don't
belong
tell
in
me the
Metroid. It
combat
never
is that
has.
great you have to switch to first-person mode to shoot missiles and
It's
look
not
for
that
goop
bad,
on the
Joe.
ground.
You just need glasses,
Real
you old
fucking
fuck.
riveting.
Got to go with Joe on this one, Donnie. That combat was the only good thing about the game, but at that point, they shouldn't have bothered slapping the Metroid brand onto it. And don't defend that damn plot, Donald. We all know how you treat the women you can get your tiny little orange hands on. I don't think you can speak on how this game treats Samus as a character without significant bias.
Shut the fuck up, Barry. Nobody gives a shit about how Samus is written as a character. You and all the haters always focus on that Adam approving your upgrade shit, which I'll admit is pretty fucking dumb. You fail to look closer and understand the deep story of motherhood.
Yeah, just
and
what the
Samus's
Metroid series
relationship
needed.
to her superior officer, who is a great character, by the way.
Fucking
one of the
Samus,
best in
the
the
space
series,
bounty
maybe
hunter,
all video
whining about her
games.
parasite
I
baby
should have had him on
and
my
having
staff.
a panic attack
He
over an
would have
enemy
got that
she's already
wall built
fucking
no
killed.
matter what.
Donald, this one's not going above the D tier, and that's final. It's pretty clear this is one of the weakest entries in the series. Let's move on to something we can all agree on. Super Metroid.
Oh yeah,
Easy
that's
S
an easy
tier,
S
best
tier.
Definitely
No
going
doubt
in
about
S tier.
that
I
one,
don't
Jack.
think anyone will argue
Put
that.
her right
That's a
up there, top of
masterpiece
the
of a
list.
What they
game.
did on the
Best
Super
game for
Nintendo
the
was
Super
magnificent,
Nintendo.
believe me.